there folks, welcome back to my channel, and for this video I've come back into the Kingdom of Fife. I've come back into the town of Dunfermline because where I'm visiting today is the Andrew Carnegie Birthplace Museum. Yeah, a bit of a mouthful, but I'm pretty sure I've mentioned this in a previous video, in the one that I did at Pittencrieff Park, which is the big park in the town centre of Dunfermline. The Andrew Carnegie, the famous businessman, was born here in Dunfermline. And it is very much something that Dunfermline does celebrate. They do have a connection to probably one of the most famous men in the world. So the museum is actually just right behind me. There is a car park right outside it. It is paying display, so if you're coming in, again, just have some change so you can feed the meter and keep yourself right. So I'm going to grab my things in a minute, head on in. And I wanted, because the last time I was in Dunfermline, I didn't have the time to actually visit the museum. I knew it was here and I knew I wanted to come back and see it. So as I've got a couple of days off, I thought I'd come over and have a wee explore. Before I do that, if you're enjoying my channel, if you're enjoying my videos, if you can click on the subscribe button, click on that notification bell, leave some likes, leave some comments, it's always really appreciated. And if you'd like to support the channel further, I will post a link to the channel's coffee.com page and the channel's TikTok account in the description bar below and in the pinned comment in the comments section. And I think there is a website for the museum as well, so I'll post that link into the description bar and the pinned comment as well. So I'll grab my things and head on in. So as mentioned, outside the Carnegie Birthplace Museum. That's the main door there. There is a disabled access which is just round the side. So yeah, there are different ways of getting in. Let's go head up this way. Just a wee sign for me boat and have a wee idea of what else to visit while you're here in Dunfermline. I do like the fact they do have some of the peacocks from Pittencrieff Park. Yeah, and that is one place I really want to visit. There's a wee cave just off from the main street through Dunfermline. It is supposed to be where St Margaret or Queen Margaret used to go and pray and meditate. The last time I was here it was closed. I think it still is closed just now. So I'll have to come back and visit that when it reopens. So this is what I'm coming to visit for this one. It's Andrew Carnegie. And this museum is free to enter. Which always makes it a good wee place to come and visit. Memorial stone just outside the front door. So the actual original house is an old weaver's cottage. And it's in the cottage that Carnegie was born. And this is the old cottage in here. It's a bit like the weaver's cottage in Kilburnie. And when you walk in, it does play an old weaving song. It's probably a bit like the looms that had been used in Paisley. So I've just come up the stairs, and this is where you can actually see the room where Andrew Carnegie was born, and you can also go through to the main bit of the museum as well, which is just behind me. So I'll turn the camera around and let you see the very room where Andrew Carnegie was born, and then I'll make my way through to the rest of the museum. This is the room itself. So very cramped living conditions, especially in comparison to what you get now. Very similar to the beds that I've seen in the Small Shop Cottage in Paisley. And there'd probably been wee cot beds they'd be able to pull out from underneath the bigger beds as well. And the main bit of the museum is through here. And yeah, this wee bit in here is just a small room full of information. Also telling you a lot about the history of the Carnegie family and weaving, and about their passage to America, where obviously Andrew Carnegie went on to become a very influential industrialist. I've just came back down the stairs and came outside. There's this little garden, which is overlooked by the main road. Yeah, there's nothing really else in that bit of the building. It just takes you into the toilets. And I think if I turn around and let you see, that is the back of the outside of the weaver's cottage. That would have been the Carnegie's home. So the rest of the building, the fancy bit of the building, was also built after they emigrated to the US, and it's long since left Dunfermline. But okay, it's quite a small wee museum, but definitely an interesting place to visit. Well, that's me just come out of the Andrew Carnegie Birthplace Museum, and as the weather is still actually quite nice, might spend the rest of the day here in Dunfermline, go for another wee wander, try and see what else I can find. I was talking to one of the guys in the museum itself, and he was saying that the St Margaret's cave might actually be open now, even though it was saying on their website that it was still closed. So I'm going to go for a wee wander up and try and see if I can find my way back to it. And if it is open, I will go in and pay a wee visit to it and go for a wee explore. So hopefully you will all have enjoyed this video, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye.